Okay, are you kidding me news? Inside Mexico's drug gangs who force members to eat the hearts of their victims. Mexico drug gangs are believed to be responsible for around 150,000 deaths that involve some of the most appalling torture and depravity imaginable. But some barbaric factions of the gangs are believed to have even turned cannibal and actually eaten parts of their rivals. That's that CIA training. In a particularly twisted initiation ritual, young members of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel are forced to eat the hearts of murder victims. Local prosecutors claim 2 teenagers, aged 16 and 17, remain unrepentant after they were drugged with crack, then forced to eat human flesh by senior cartel bosses. A similar event took place in 2015 when hopefuls of La Familia, Michoacana, were forced to eat their rivals after torturing them and cutting them up while alive. Below, we take a look at some of the main gangs that have terrorized Mexico since the inception of the state war on the cartels in 2006. Los Zetos. He fed his victims to lions and tigers, then ate the flesh off of their ass. Los Zetos cocaine kingpin Herberto Lezcano was killed in a shootout with Mexican Marines in 2012, was notorious for feeding his victims to the lions and tigers he kept on his ranch. But it was this practice of eating human flesh that thrust him into international headlines 2 years ago. A reporter who spent time with him told El Blog del Narco, after sentencing him, the victim, to death, he orders him to shave, or bathe, even to shave his whole body, and let him de-stress for 2 or 3 hours. Even better, sometimes he gave them a bottle of whiskey to relax. Then he ordered a very quick death so there's no adrenaline in the meat from it getting bitter or hard. Guess he doesn't like his adrenochrome with his ass. He would then devour the man's buttocks, flesh, and tamales after it had been cooked in lemon and served on toast. The Los Zetos is considered one of the most dangerous of the cartels and has dealt with drug trafficking since its inception in 1999. At this time, it only operated a wing of the Gulf Cartel, but officially formed as the standalone rival group in 2010. Thank you, Obama. In 2017, a former leader of the gang, Marciano Chano Millan Vasquez, was jailed in San Antonio for 29 killings in Mexico while working for the groups. The most horrific was the brutal chopping to pieces of a 6-year-old girl in front of her parents, a crime he believed would make them remember him. Pictured 14-year-old accused of operating as a hitman for the Mexican drug cartels. The Familia Michoacana cartel emerged from if I'm saying it wrong, sorry, Los Zetas subgroup around 2006, growing frustration with the group's governance. However, its roots date back to the 1980s, when it was formed as a group of vigilantes looking in order to bring order to the state of Michoacan. It found infamy for its extreme brutality in 2006 when a group of gunmen stormed a nightclub and tossed 5 decapitated heads onto the dance floor. They also left a note warning that the family only kills those who deserve to die, adding that know that this is divine justice. Although the Mexican authorities claimed the group was crushed in 2011, it retained some power in the region. It specializes in the production and trafficking of methamphetamine. According to The Economist, during its heyday, it also acted as a parallel governing body in the state, extorting taxes from the businesses to fund community projects and its own kangaroo courts. It was in 2015 reports first emerged of the hopeful gang members being forced to devour rivals' hearts as part of a twisted initiation ritual. Alfredo Castillo, the federal security commissioner for the gang-ravaged Mexican state, Michoacan, claimed the practice was not widespread, but it did occur. The ritual ranged from dismembering people they intended to kill to sometimes serving up the heart, he said, according to Mail Online. You know, because it's just normal. Humans, look how full that... Looks like a full leopard. Poor kitty. A Black Panther seized by cops during a raid on drug bosses' residence in Mexico City. This group emerged from a power vacuum left after the death of the former Sinaloa cartel chief Ignacio Cartel and the capture of friendly ally Oscar Orlando Nava Valencia. At this point, Valencia's cartel split into two factions, one of which eventually emerged about 2009 as the powerhouse cartel in Jalisco State. They immediately went to war with the Los Zetas and proudly claimed responsibility for a swath of mass killings, including the massacre of 15 Mexican cops in a single ambush. During this time, it went by the name Matazetas, or the Zeta Killers, and at once dumped the bodies of 35 tortured dead Zetas on the side of a road. For some time, it allied with El Chapo Sinaloa, but since his capture, his Sinaloa cartel has been usurped by the new generation as the most powerful in Mexico. In mid-2015, members of the group even used a rocket-propelled grenade to shoot down an Army Black Hawk helicopter, killing 9. Did you hear about that one? Well, because Obama kept it quiet. In 2016, his brother, said to be the financial brains behind the criminal empire, was captured. Like La Familia Micocana, this group is said to have forced new members to eat the hearts of murder victims to prove their loyalty. This practice came to prominence when 16 and 17-year-old kids were captured by cops and admitted what they had done, according to El País. This is just part of the seizure of the money they got. The Sinaloa cartel found infamy after the exploits of the longtime leader Joaquim El Chapo Guzman came to international prominence. The accused drug lord, who is currently on trial in New York, was once considered the most powerful drug trafficker in the world, side of the CIA. He was first captured in 1993 and jailed for 20 years, only to escape in 2001. He was later recaptured in 2014, then re-escaped the following year through a 24-kilometer underground tunnel. In 2016, he was caught for a third time and extradited to the U.S. to face charges relating to his leadership of the cartel. The Sinaloa group also formed in the late 80s, Bush and Clinton's, and is believed to be the primary supplier of heroin, cocaine, meth, MDMA, and fentanyl into the U.S. It was the Sinaloa group which pioneered the use of tunnels dug underneath the Mexico-U.S. border to send their drugs into the U.S. This article originally appeared on The Sun and was reproduced with permission. Well, I'm using it as fair use. So, you want to feel sorry for people like this? I feel sorry for the people that are escaping the hell that they have had to live in. But part of them, they like the proceeds. They like the being on the wrong side of the law. And only the left is saying these people aren't a problem. You know why? Because they're paid by the cartels. La Raza owns Pelosi's ass, Waters' ass, the rest of them. Time to wake up, people.